Good morning, mates. As you can see, it is a beautiful morning this morning. However, it is tinged with a bit of sadness because today we're having to say goodbye to the Calibra. Boo! It does live on. It is going on to a new home and it will remain in Wiltshire. But I've gone as far as I can go with the project, and it's about time that someone with more skills and more resources takes it on and moves it forward to get it back on the road. As you can see, the paintwork's still really shiny. It doesn't look as good underneath as it does on the top, unfortunately, which is a real shame. When I started the project, I didn't anticipate it being this long before it was back on the road, but due to obviously storage issues and time and everything else that goes with anything with a project car, the planets never really align. So with regret, it's time to move it on. It's still a very classic shape. I think it still looks fairly modern now. There are little bits obviously that date the vehicle. Some of the interior parts obviously look a little bit dated, but overall, if you look at the lines of the car, it was a very well penned design in the first place. It still looks good today, especially in this colour. It's one of my favourite colours they did in. One of the things I wasn't really prepared for by putting it in a garage was mould, and literally the volume of mould that's appeared in a really short period of time. The car's been outside in all weathers and has been bone dry inside with no mould. But pop it in the garage for a little while and it's the steering wheel and the seats are all started to be covered in surface mould. I've cleaned some of it off. But yeah, that was a new one on me. I'm assuming that's something that everybody experiences if you've got a garage that doesn't have great ventilation. Or do people leave their cars with the windows open? I'm not too sure. Pop in the comments your experiences about using garages, if it's not a heated garage, how you deal with the mould. I'll appreciate any tips on that moving forward. One thing to note, when the guy is actually picking it up, he is trailering it away, obviously, because it doesn't have an MOT and it isn't roadworthy at the moment. But the tyres themselves are not great. Two of them will hold air, two of them will for a while, but then they go down, and they're all pretty perished, so I wouldn't want to roll it around on those for too much longer. It is quite funny when you look back. I mean, these are quite small wheels, really, in the grand scheme of things, compared to modern tyres, and there's a hell of a lot of wheel arch gap, which you don't see as much anymore. So I mean, overall, it's a big coupe. Adults can sit quite easily in the back, and the boot space on it is very surprising. It puts a lot of newer cars to shame in many ways. I've got multiple suitcases in here over the years in my old Calibra, back and forward to the airport with plenty of space left over, when people with bigger cars have struggled. Still not too sure why there are missing number plate lights here. I'm guessing there was an electrical problem at some point previously, but I never really got that far to look at that. But it has been documented in the information I gave the guy that bought it. He's got a comprehensive list of everything that's wrong with the vehicle or needs to be done, so the only thing you can do really is be transparent when getting rid of a project car at this level for this much money. There's no point covering up anything. It is what it is.